You chose this.
What's going on, Aurora Alliance, and welcome back to a brand new EA Star Wars Battlefront 2 related video. And in today's video we're going to be talking about the possibility of seeing the sequel era in Star Wars Battlefront 2. This includes The Force Awakens and potentially The Last Jedi. There have already been hints that new movie content would be in Star Wars Battlefront 2. To start off, we have a bit of a Rogue One hint that we could see new characters and locations, things like that, in EA Star Wars Battlefront 2 from Rogue One. A while back, EA's CFO Blake Jorgensen teased a few bits about the possibility of seeing Rogue One and The Force Awakens characters in Star Wars Battlefront 2. He said, "We'll add a lot of new Star Wars characters that we didn't have in the first game 2 years ago because it was before the two movies that have come out." This does seem to hint and tease that we could see characters from Rogue One especially come into play in EA's Star Wars Battlefront 2. That would be really awesome to see, but at the same time we've already had Rogue One in the current Star Wars Battlefront, so I'm not sure why we would want to see it again in EA's Star Wars Battlefront 2, but it would be welcome nonetheless. I would like to see more Rogue One content. I'm just not sure how, requested it actually is. As for The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, EA's first Star Wars Battlefront game came out around a month before The Force Awakens actually released in cinemas. As we all know, the current Star Wars Battlefront did not receive any content at all from The Force Awakens. The only thing that we could count as content from The Force Awakens were the two maps from Jakku, which were added a few weeks before the film's release. But players had to battle within the Galactic Civil War era rather than in the sequel era. A lot of people really did enjoy playing on Jakku. It was one of my favourite maps, and I was very excited to see that EA were actually releasing Jakku maps for the current Star Wars Battlefront. However, from concept art released in EA Star Wars A Look Ahead video, it looks like there is a high chance that we will actually get to battle as the First Order and the Resistance in EA Star Wars Battlefront 2. The first image coming on screen, you can see the TIE Fighters' white panels, which match those of the First Order TIE Fighters. It also looks like we can see a Resistance pilot actually clinging onto some form of cruiser type ship. Whether that's Resistance or the First Order, we don't actually know. The second image, which is coming on screen now, is what looks like to be a battle cruiser bridge, which matches the Finalizer's bridge from The Force Awakens. That image is coming on screen just after this one, so you can compare the two. So far it does look like we will be getting characters, maps, weapons, star cards and vehicles from The Force Awakens in Star Wars Battlefront 2. If this does happen, that means we can expect heroes like Rey, Finn, Poe Dameron, Kylo Ren, Captain Phasma and possibly General Hux to also feature within the game. Alongside these heroes we could see locations such as Jakku, Starkiller Base, Takodana, Dakar, Hosnian Prime and Act 2 all feature as maps within Star Wars Battlefront 2. However, this isn't confirmed, this is just speculation, so don't take this as 100% proof. Obviously right now we know nothing about The Last Jedi, and The Last Jedi is actually due out in cinemas in December this year, which roughly again will be 1 month after the release of EA's Star Wars Battlefront 2. This to me could be used as DLC for EA's Star Wars Battlefront 2. In The Last Jedi, I do expect that we will get to see more locations, weapons, vehicles, etc, which could be used as DLC for EA Star Wars Battlefront 2. This could be added as free DLC or part of a season pass, but I definitely don't think any of the Last Jedi content would feature in EA Star Wars Battlefront 2 at the game's launch, as it would be a month or so before the film is actually released and could contain potential spoilers. So I do think that if The Last Jedi features at all in EA Star Wars Battlefront 2, it will be through some form of DLC. I really would love to see The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi feature in EA's Star Wars Battlefront 2. I really enjoyed The Force Awakens. I know a lot of people didn't, but I think it has a lot of potential to grow within the next two films, and it would make perfect game content. Obviously this wouldn't compete with the Clone Wars. The Clone Wars have been explored a lot more than the sequels have, obviously with the Clone Wars being complete and the sequels only having one movie out at the moment. So I understand a lot of people will want to see the Clone Wars over the sequels, but I do think the sequels could make great game content like I just said before. Let me know down in the comment section below what you think about the sequels featuring in EA Star Wars Battlefront 2. I think it would be a great idea, but I want to know what you guys think. Make sure to smash a like on this video if you have enjoyed it, and if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to join the Aurora Alliance and be kept up to date with all things Star Wars gaming, especially EA Star Wars Battlefront 2. Other than that, may the Force be with you.